I'm so excited to speak to our guest today. She is a cosmetic PA all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Please help me to introduce aesthetic injector Ayana.
Hello.
Hey, Ayana, I'm so excited to speak to you today. I have so many questions, so let's jump right in.
All right, I'm ready.
Hi, my name is Jonathan McLean, and I'm the founder and CEO of McLean Aesthetics.
Welcome to the dark side.
Let's go.
All right, I'm ready.
Awesome. So I want to start off by really speaking about Detroit because when I think of aesthetics, I think of like the big hubs. How is aesthetic industry in the Detroit area?
Um, it's booming, like it's everywhere. Just like other places I've been, there's numerous med spas. It's also in dermatology offices, but it's not just restricted to dermatology and med spas. It's in private practices as far as internal medicine and dental. It's aesthetic is huge in our area.
Nice. And what are clients asking for the most? Like what procedures are trending?
It's been pretty steady with Botox and dermal filler. Those are our main services that we provide, and those are the ones that the clients mostly ask for. They do get into another one are cosmetic peels. So I would say those are our top three. We also do laser hair removal and microneedling with radio frequency. Those I would say are like top five.
Yeah, for sure. On Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of people getting burned by the chemical peels. Like, tell us a little bit about that. How can they get burned by that?
I've never had a patient burn from a chemical peel, but you know what? It's so many chemical peels.
Okay.
So the ones that they're using may not be appropriate for their skin type. And they're too harsh. So we use one brand of chemical peel, and it has different levels: universal, intermediate, and advanced. We literally probably only have two people on advanced. Our our main clients are skin of color, so we don't really use the advanced because it's more for lighter tone skin, Fitzpatrick 1 through 3. So most of our patients are on the universal, so I've never had a burn. If for some reason they need more or they've been doing universal for some time, then we may go to intermediate. But the majority of all our patients are on universal. I've never had a burn. It does its job. The patient peels, and their skin is rejuvenated.
What's the big advantages of getting a peel?
The peel helps with fine lines, not deep wrinkles, but very fine lines. It helps with hyperpigmentation, so with evening out your skin tone, and it can help with controlling acne. It is not a treatment, a sole treatment for acne, but it can help with acne treatment as one of the things that you do in addition to your medical treatment by a dermatologist.
Nice, amazing. Now let's rewind all the way back to the beginning. How did you get started in cosmetic dermatology?
How did I get started? I was in cardiology and needed a change, something that wasn't as life-threatening, stressful, needed more work-life balance, and was trying to find out where to go. And I had a colleague who was in derm and a colleague who was in cosmetic derm. So one did both at a dermatology office, the other one worked in med spas. And they just convinced me that it would be what I would love. And I was like, no, it's not, because I'm used to like cardiology, hardcore, somebody's dying, save a life, working 15 hours, 2 weeks straight, all that. So they took me to, one of them took me to a conference. I went on their conference with them and absolutely fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, you can work and have this much fun. This is interesting. And it just changed my whole life. And so that after that, I came back, took her guidance and where to get certified, went through certification. And then right after that is when COVID hit. So kind of interrupted my plan, but everything worked out perfectly. But that's kind of how I got started. I got certified, and then during COVID, I would just keep taking, I was taking numerous classes, just everything in aesthetics and cosmetic that I could take to kind of see, what do I like? Which area do I want to move in? And also just to kind of know what's out there. And then finally, December of 2020, did I start working full time. Between the start of the pandemic and December, I was searching for and seeking mentorship. So I would follow some of the mentors that I have. But finally, someone gave me an opportunity.
Nice, nice. How did you find mentorship? What were the steps for that?
The only step I knew was call. I don't know the steps. I just picked up the phone and literally called anybody that I saw on social media that I felt that I liked. Again, I was new to aesthetics, so I wouldn't be able to tell you technically who was better or who was correct, but who my spirit kind of matched with, and who I learned from, who had effective social media that it was explained to me so that I understood. I DM them. I'd pick up the phone and call whoever was in my area. I also, and I think this was key because this led me to my main mentor, was I contacted the rep. This was after I started working full time. The rep, I asked them, who do they know in the area who provided great mentorship? And he gave me 3, and I contacted them, and one of them and I clicked very well.
Oh, so the reps were very helpful for your career.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
How did you land your first job, like your full-time job?
Like I said, I picked up the phone and called, and I interviewed and they hired me. I mean, I don't know. I just think I knew in my heart, this is what I wanted to do. I knew I did not have experience. I did have certification, but the certification is very basic. Like, you don't really know it until you're doing it. And so I knew I needed that hand-on experience because I had taken, like I said, during the pandemic, I had taken class behind class behind class, and I needed to cross the boundary into applying what I learned. And so I just kind of really expressed that in my interviews. And so someone gave me a chance, and their mid-level, their APP who was leaving trained me. So that was more hands-on training. And she was available anytime I needed her, as well as my mentor was available, as well as my colleagues who led me into this profession.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And the reason I asked that, I know you're like, I just picked up the phone and I just got in, but there's just so many calls I get from providers that I've been trying for months, I've been trying for years, and I still can't get into this industry. Like, what should I do? I'm giving up hope. Like, those are the things that I hear so often. So I always like to see what people did to get in, or what was their method. So
Well, I'm very spiritual also. So, I mean, I had the favor of God. That's all I can tell you. Because I didn't have any contacts other than my colleagues who were in different states. They helped me they're available when I had questions. They helped me to learn things, but they weren't able to help me with getting a job. And I knew I was going down the path I was supposed to be on. It wasn't a planned path for me. I'm not someone who can say this was my dream or this was something I always wanted to do. This was something that came into my life and changed my life. And I knew I was on the right path.
yeah. Now that you're working full time right now, what are some things that you would give, or some advice that you would give to providers that are accepting job offers? What should they ask for in their job offer to make sure they have when accepting a job?
What should you ask for in a job offer? So some things that are important to me are, well, a work-life balance. That was very much one thing that I was looking for, coming from cardiology, where I was working 2 weeks straight, and holidays and weekends and 15 hours and on call and all that, that I wanted work-life balance. So I think deciding what type of schedule you want. Maybe you don't mind, maybe you're not looking for what I was looking for. So maybe you don't mind working weekends. Maybe you don't mind working early mornings and evenings, or maybe you don't mind working, coming in, seeing a few patients, leaving, then coming back in the afternoon, seeing a few patients, leaving. I don't know, but I knew for me, I wanted work-life balance. Another thing was important. They taught us this in PA school, was to ask for tail insurance. And that's very important because it protects you even when you leave that provider, versus if you don't have tail insurance and your supervising physician or your new job tells you that you have malpractice insurance, make sure that malpractice insurance has tail so that it doesn't end the day you leave. And then after you've left, there's a claim against you and you're not protected.
Yeah, I actually think a lot of people don't realize that, but that is something that every provider should be asking for. Because like you just said, you can still have a claim after you leave. And if you don't have that tail insurance, then it's kind of on you.
Yes. Yep. And make sure also you know what the job entails. What exactly it entails. I think that would be important, so you know what is expected of you so that there are no surprises.
Mhm. Now, as you mentioned earlier, this industry is very competitive and there's so many, and people are paying private pay really to get these services done. What are some amazing things that you do to your clientele to keep them happy and really wanting to come back?
Um, sorry, I have allergies or something's going on, but I work in a dermatology office, so we provide medical dermatology as well as cosmetic dermatology. So I provide tons of samples of different things, different washes, different sunscreens, because sunscreen is very important, even in the African American community, and a lot of us don't know that. So I really emphasize sunscreen and when to wear which SPF. So I do that. I also know that both sides, medical and cosmetic, require patient care and customer service. But when it comes to cosmetic, I really bump up my customer service and let them know I'm really open, and let them know I establish a relationship with them. I guess that's kind of it. I do that with medical also, but it's still a bit different with cosmetic because again, it's a cash paying patient, and they're coming for something that really doesn't have to be done. So I really want to court them.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's true, right? Because they are coming for something that doesn't have to be done. This is an enjoyable experience. So
Right.
I like that courting for sure, for sure. Do you use social media to your benefit because you work at a dermatology office, or is it just like patients already lined up for you?
The patient's already lined up. So I have to start our social media, and I will. Did do the social media while I was at the med spa. But in the last year, I really haven't been in social media because I've had to really focus and learn the medical side, because that side was new to me. So I will be taking on social media, but fortunately, the practice that I'm at, they have many patients. They have patients behind patients behind patients. So,
Do you feel like working in starting off in a dermatology setting helped in the just aesthetics department?
well, I didn't start off in derm. I started off at the med spa
Yeah.
back in December. Yeah. I think for me it did, because I didn't come straight into a derm office that has both medical and cosmetic, learning them both.
Mhm.
I was able to master the cosmetic side, get very comfortable with that, learn to provide that high level of customer service and patient care. And then when I brought derm on, I was able to learn in phases. So I mastered the cosmetic side, then I brought in the derm, and we're blending them all together. Because part of the complication in a derm office for me was now putting them both together, because it's a change in not personality, but just in customer service.
Yeah.
Or, I got to think medically. So that's one thing versus coming in I like a butterfly.
For sure, for sure. Now, I heard you mention work-life balance earlier. What are some things that you do outside of work to really keep that balance and to relax?
One of my favorite things to do is put on my favorite lounge clothes and sit at home and drink tea, which is what I'm usually doing Friday after work. So that's what I really like to do, sit, drink tea. I can watch the cars outside, just talk on the phone, like just literally relax, have absolutely nothing to do. That's one thing. So other than that, I like to exercise. I have been doing Orange Theory for some time. I do that a couple days a week, balance that with Pilates. I'm also a Pilates instructor. So balance that with Pilates, and sometimes we'll go do bar training. Other things, I like traveling. I like dancing. I like roller skating. I like brunch and hanging out with my girlfriends.
I like that. That sounds like a good time. Where are your top places to visit?
Mm, I guess I s- gosh, I haven't been asked that question in a long time. It used to be New York. I could go to New York every year, and I'd go and exercise and eat. It wasn't even to shop. And then it was Vegas. In Vegas, it wasn't for gambling. I used to go climb the mountains. So I'm a little different. But I don't know where my favorite place is right now. I really don't.
Okay, nice, nice.
Hmm
Now, for
I've
providers looking,
traveled.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say I've just been traveling, just been enjoying going place to place.
I like that. Seeing the world, seeing different experiences, it always helps you to bring that back to especially to your clientele.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, with providers looking for training and certifications, what are some training courses that you could recommend to the audience?
I did my certification through Empire Medical Training, and what I liked about them is you pay a fee, and it's a bit pricey. At least it was for me when I first got into this. Um, if I'm remembering, I don't remember, but I don't know, 3 or 4 or $5,000. And but the thing with that is for 2 years, and you can take as many courses as you want for 2 years, and you can repeat the courses. Because I learned by repetition. That's why that worked for me, because I was able to take the Botox class over and then over and over, or for example, Botox or dermal filler. I was able to take it multiple times. And they offer the classes in different states and different cities and states across the country. So sometimes I just make a trip out of it and go get training. So that one worked very well for me. I have done a lot of training with Galderma and Allergan. They offer training as well once I guess you're working and have a rep, because I don't know how you find out about it outside of knowing a rep. But they have many online classes as well. I've taken some of the social media influencers. They've offered classes. I take classes through them as well. And then I've attended different conferences. So the MSPA, American Med Spa Association,
Mhm.
um, which is a top tier conference for me. It was wonderful. Taking classes with them, and also A4M. So those are I can the ones that I can remember now that I've done. I've done more, but those are the ones definitely that I remember.
Nice, 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 nice. And as far as like key opinion leaders in this industry, who are some key opinion leaders that the audience can follow to really learn more about this industry?
Okay, you're gonna have to hold it 1 second because I know their faces. I don't know their names.
No worries. There's so many I see all the time, so I always like to ask, the guests who they think might be great.
Yeah, I'm trying to, what's this guy's name I follow? Um, or she's term. No, it's a guy. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I can't remember the guys' names as far as who I would really consider. I do have other social media influencers that I follow, but they are real who I'm thinking about, I would say is really in the forefront of the industry. And I can't think of his name. And I guess on social media, I've looked under aesthetics and Botox, and it's not coming up. But I can give you some influencers that I do follow that
Okay.
are key to me. Injector Bunny, I really like her. But Mercedes Serrano, that's my mentor. I really highly recommend her as far as aesthetics. But the doctor that I was referring to is Dr. Nana Bawaki. I really like her. And is it Laura? Yeah, Dr. Laura Scott. And it's another website called Brown Skin Derm. So those are the ones I like.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'll make sure to list those below for everybody to check those people out and
Okay.
learn more from them also.
Okay.
It's nice. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me, speaking more about the aesthetic industry in Detroit, Michigan. Tell everybody where they can find you and what you got planned next.
You can find me on Instagram at Face Aesthetics PA. That is at FACEAESTHETICPA. And what's coming up next for me is just really learning and advancing more in this industry and, getting better and better at what I do. And possibly teaching some classes as well.
Awesome. Awesome. We look forward to that. And when you get out there and start teaching, let us know so we can definitely let everybody else know to go
Okay.
and follow you out for sure. But until next time, bye.
Bye. Thank you.